Now can you see how it's very hard? This is completely lost because of the red light. Now let's cancel the brake and cancel the indicator. Now let's indicate the other way with the dongle. Look at that, look at that. Now the most important part, now let's pull the brake. Look at that. This is the only side that's braking. We are so much clearer on this side. It's bloody fantastic. It's great. Inmates, how's life behind bars? Not these bars, these bars. Today, I've got an extremely exciting product to show you. As you can see, I've got it stacked up all around me. We've got loads of this stuff here. If you've been following the channel, you know that we've got a product that we sell here, which is extremely popular, called visor lights. I am going to show you an alternative to the visor lights. But more importantly, let's go back and establish the issue that we have with our 2021 bikes. Keep watching because we're going to learn a lot today. So Weiser have gone back to the drawing board and they have come up with a product which means we can keep our factory lights on our bike, but we can make them clearer than what BMW intended them to be in the first place. Because let's admit it, the lights that come on our new 2021 model onwards BMW bikes, they're not clear enough. The front amber DRL, it looks pretty, but is it really safe when we're riding down the road and we get to that T-junction and as a car takes a quick glance, they can see two amber lights each side of the headlight and they might think, we don't know, but they might think, oh, he's turning in here. Before you know it, they've pulled out, you've T-boned them right in the side and you've gone over the bike. And hopefully you've survived the crash. But it still plays on your mind. Are they looking at those two amber DRLs and is the driver confused whether they are DRLs or if I'm indicating because they've only seen one of them, not both of them? So we've got a plug and play product that is going to fix that without changing the lights at all. And then on the rear of the bike, lots of us will know that it's just not clear enough on the back because we've got multi-functional turn signals. Now, I've got a GS behind me, but we have an S1000 XR in here for demo purposes, and we tested this product on that, and we've got a product for the S1000 XR here. All of the S series bikes that have got the multi-function turn signals, so that's your S1000RR, your M1000R, which I've just recently bought. It's not here right now, I won't go into that, it's a bit of a sore subject. The M1000RR, the S1000R. So if you've got those multifunctional turn signals on the back and you haven't got the center brake light like you got on a GS, well then this product, you need to keep watching and stay tuned because this product is going to fix your rear indicators. An absolute dream. So currently those multifunction turn signals, they are a red running light at the back. And when we indicate, the amber light shines through the red running light. And you can just about see it. But when you hit the brake, both sides go bright red to 100% intensity and the amber light is just lost. You can hardly see it. You've got to look so closely to see that indicator that they're indicating. What I'm hearing, stories, and I know a lot of you watching this right now will be able to relate to this. Your mate's got his brand new BMW, he's on the brakes, he's indicating left, you can't see that he's indicating left, and before you know it, you're going down the inside of him because you don't understand why he's braking and you can't see his indicator. What if we could switch the red light on the respective side off completely? That's what this product does. I'm going to try and keep this video very, very quick, so you should be able to get through the first 5-6 minutes and see the product, know exactly how to buy this product off our website. But stay tuned and watch the whole of the video. It's probably going to be over half an hour long. We've been recording snippets over the past 2 or 3 months based on the development of this product. So if you really want to see how it works on the R1250GSs and the GS Adventures and the S1000 XR, when we were down in the photo studio, and we've had a couple of bikes in here who have agreed to take early delivery before we've made this available just for testing purposes. Stay tuned and watch the whole of this video. If you want to jump straight to it and get on the website and be one of the early buyers, then click on the link down below. If you look here behind my hand, there is a screenshot of a mobile phone showing the website of how you can go on there and purchase these products. You'll also notice when you go on there, we are doing an optional easy can and a brake light. And as you continue watching this video, you'll see the brake light option. If you want to add an extra auxiliary light and run it through an easy can, this is the time to do it, especially if you've got an S1000XR or any of the S series BMW bikes post 2021, then you're going to want to put an extra rear light on, ideally. If we look at the front dongles, which is this one here, this is inside this box has got 2 front dongles. And what the front dongles do is we take off the nose section of the bike. And if you want to know how to take your GS, your GS Adventure apart, well then I've got another video link down below. I'll put a screenshot up as well, taking you to a video I did a few years ago showing how to take a GS or a GS Adventure apart so you can get down to where you need to be able to plug these in. But all we're going to do is unplug the turn signals that are currently on your bike, and we plug this in the middle. I'll show you on screen now how we do this. We just plug the dongle in. That's it. This product does not go to your battery. It does not have a relay. All that stuff is already inside the actual module itself. It's in the dongle. You don't have to wire in any extra relay at all. Hence why I 100% believe in this product so much. I have bought loads of it. The other thing is we've got the stock here right now. You're looking at it. Well, you're looking at about 10% of it. I've got boxes of this in our storerooms. And when I'm given the date, we can put this live, because at this point in time, making this video, I don't know what date. Maybe the day you're watching this, the day we release this, is the day we make it available to be dispatched. But the day you're watching this, we're going to make it available for you to buy. Whether that's a pre-order or a live order, I don't know right now, but just you'll see it on the website if it's a pre-order or not. But just to let you know, we have all the stock here. So just to show you the bike behind me, this is my bike. I've got the front dongles plugged in. I'm going to turn the bike on and look at that. There we go. It's just the headlight. Now I've got my ammo guard on this bike with a mirrored lens. I've got no color filter in there at all. Normally this bike would have amber DRLs where the turn signals are, but I've got rid of them completely with these dongles. We now have a very, very clear indication to all other drivers on the road that we are turning left or right. No one can have any confusion over this. Isn't that great? So that's what the front dongle set does. Now if we go to the rear dongle set, now when we plug these in, you can see straight away it cancels the red light out on the respective side when we're indicating, making it safer straight away. Try and ignore the little light at the bottom, the T3 light. We do a B6, we do a dual B6, and we do the T3, which I've got on mine as a single T3. Now this is what you can add as an optional extra when you buy the dongle for your bike, the rear dongle. But try and ignore that, because I run that as a run light and a brake light. And then my center light on my bike, I've left it as factory standard, where there's no light whatsoever and it comes on as a solid brake light. Now in the kit, so in the rear kit, which is this one here, you get 3 dongles. You get one for each turn signal and you get one for the rear light. If you plug the rear light one in, so you just unplug the rear light, you plug this in line, you plug the rear light back in again, and it works. If you use that though, it will bring on your center rear light as a run light again. Just when I say again, the pre-2021 bike, so if you've got a 2017, 2018, 19 bike, your center light is a run light and it gets brighter when you brake. So that, the rear dongle on here, that's what it does. It reintroduces that run light. If you were to add a T3 or a B6 or a dual B6, well then my recommendation, but you don't have to take my recommendation, would be to run your extra T3 or B6 light at 0%, but then turn it up to 100% when you brake, or maybe 80%, because it's a very bright light, the B6 and the T3. For me personally, I've left my center dongle off and I'm running that just as a brake light, but I want my T3 on the lower section part of my license plate, I want that to be a little on light, because it's quite good, especially if you've got a top box. Having a light lower down, it's more visible to vans, lorries, having a lower light. But just having that one light that is a sole brake light, I think is a nice safety feature. But if you want to, you can have them all on as run lights, and they'll all get brighter when you brake. But the thing we're paying real close attention to here is the indicators. And you look at that, it's just There's no red light on the respective side. There's no confusion. That side is a clear amber indicator and nothing else. So that's what it's like on my GS. But then if you look at the S1000 XR, look at that. It's great. It's so much clearer. Now, I have heard that on the R1300, if that's what they're going to call it, the R1300 GS and GS Adventures, when that one gets announced, I've already got mine in order, so hopefully I'll be one of the first ones to get one here. So stay tuned to see some of the first videos on that bike and the development that we'll be doing, to finding out if the the CAN Smart work. I go off on a tangent again, but from what I believe, seeing photographs, they are following suit with the S1000 XR in terms of removing that center light, which means it's essential we fit an EasyCam with an auxiliary light. It is an essential thing we need to fit. Now, you probably can find a product out there that might be compatible with the CAN bus on the bike and not throw dash errors, but you won't be able to program it like you can with an EasyCam. So if you can afford to go the extra mile and have an EasyCam with a brake light, we are discounting them with this deal. So take a look on the website to buy a rear set of Weiser Wizards. A rear set of Weiser Wizards. It's an absolute tongue twister, that is. And then you can have the EasyCam and the brake light. Finally, this one here, this is the combo kit. When you go on the website, you'll notice that we've got the rear set at one price and we've got the front set at another price. If you know you want both, do not buy them as two separate singles. Make sure you buy them as a bundle, this one here, because that is front and rear combined, and currently at this moment in time I think it's about an £80 saving if you buy that box there, which has got front and rear in the one box rather than taking two boxes. This one here is for the S series bikes. Because there's no center light on the S series bikes, there's only two dongles in that box for the rear. Now, if you've got an S series bike and you're thinking about fitting the fronts, don't do it because it won't do anything. Because on the S series bikes currently, at this time, the front lights are not DRLs on the S series bikes. They're already off. So when you indicate, it's already doing what we want it to do, so we're safer. Now, I am really torn about this product. And the reason I say I'm really torn, and you'll watch it in the rest of the video, is that I've taken off my visor lights, my actual brighter visor lights, and I've put on my factory lights for the purpose of this video. I love this product, and my intention was, if I'm completely, I'm going to be completely honest with you, I wanted to keep my factory lights on here once I put this product on there, and I wanted to turn my DRLs off. It's great, it's great. But then when we went to the photo studio and we did all the photographs showing the factory lights on Mark's bike, and then showing the visor lights on my bike and Phil's bike as well, or is it Pete? I keep forgetting his name is Pete or Phil. I'm so sorry, Pete or Phil. You'll notice the factory lights are nowhere near as bright as the visor lights. So I can't stress enough, and you'll hear it in the rest of the video if you are willing to watch it for that long. I cannot stress enough that if the key thing for you is to be brighter on the road and for people to see you, then you must go down the full visor lights, which we have on the website as well. It does cost a bit more, so this is a cheaper alternative by buying the dongle, but I cannot stress to you enough. Now, I'm going on a road trip on Tuesday and I haven't got the time to take my bike apart again and put the visors on there. And I'm genuinely gutted I can't get my full fat, let's call it full fat visors. I can't get my full fat visors back on the bike because I know that I'm going to be brighter than everything else on the road. And not only that, with the full visors, you've got that white DRL, which is actually a really good driving light. It actually shines the road up ahead of you at night time, more than you probably think it does. I'm very much torn because I like this product and I really like the full fat visors as well. And it's difficult to know what to do. And if I haven't already mentioned it, the front dongles. Again, really torn about this because I appreciate the 2021 bikes, that whole upgrade on the front multifunction turn signals, that they are an amber DRL and they flash amber. It's a step change between the pre-21 bikes and the current post-21 bikes, where we have that amber DRL. And it looks very pretty, doesn't it? I like it. It's like you're out on the road and people can identify straight away, ah, yeah, he's got one of the newer 1250s. Now, if that's really important to you, that you need other people to know you've got a newer bike, well then don't buy the front ones and just get the rears, because that's going to make you safer. However, let's try and be sensible here, because the front dongles are going to make you safer on the road. Does it really matter what other people think, what year bike you're on? You know what bike you're on, and all you're doing is making your front end more visible when you are actually indicating. We can make our front of our bike look more visible by fitting extra white lights on there if we want to, or maybe some selective yellow lights. We can do that. But for the purpose of this video, and also because of my road trip, I'm going through Germany for part of it, I've actually turned off all of my amber lights. I've even turned my emblems off. They flash when I indicate, that's it. And the same with my D2s down the bottom. I've turned them off as a DRL for my road trip, and they are only coming on when I indicate left and right. But I've got my D3s coming on nice and bright for the road trip. So I've got my main headlight and I've got the D3s, which are nice and bright. And then I've got my D7s, which come on only for full beam. I've heard too many horror stories about the German police, and I don't want to get pulled over on my way down to Albania next week. Right, so enjoy the rest of the video. And at the end of it, we'll come back here and we'll just close up. Bright and early here this morning, just gone 6:15 in the morning. We've got a really busy day today, getting these two bikes to a photographic studio to launch this new product. So coming on for the journey and see what's going on, and I'll tell you a bit more about it later on. So this is about 3 weeks before launch that I'm filming this. We're not going to announce it, well, we haven't announced it until today, until the day you're watching this. This is a brand spanking new product for any BMW after 2021. Basically, it's a plug and play dongle that literally you plug and play. It's no splicing, I promise you. Nothing like it at all. Anyone can do it. You just take the back of the bike off, plug in this dongle, and you're sorted, and it sorts out all the rear lights. So come along for the trip and see what it's all about. I've got a brand spanking new S1000 XR, which, as you know, has no center light at all. So we're going to show what it's like on that. We've also got my GSA on board as well. We're going to reignite the center light, so it's a run light and a brake light, and we're also going to turn off the red lights completely on the respective side when we're indicating. So we're down here in this very secret location doing this filming. So come and have a look, see what's going on.
So that is the brake on. Yeah, right, now you can take the brake off.
Right, brake off.
Right. And no, just without the indicator.
Into the studio. That was it. Yeah. And it was only a small bike, say like 1, 2. No, it wasn't.
That nipple goes in there.
What it was.
Right. This end
you know, it was
goes in here.
Yeah.
Nipple to nipple. Click. Right, that's that. That's it.
Okay, so let's turn the bike on. We've fitted the dongle to this side here, okay? This side is still factory. So if we can indicate left.
What's that?
Left, this way, yeah? So that is just the running light and the indicator on at the same time. Now we can pull the brake as well. Now can you see how it's very hard? This is completely lost because of the red light. Now let's cancel the brake and cancel the indicator. Now let's indicate the other way with the dongle. Look at that, look at that. Now the most important part, now let's pull the brake. Look at that. This is the only side that's braking. We are so much clearer on this side. It's bloody fantastic. It's great. Okay, so now we've done the right side. Now we're going to do the left side. So this is how you get to it. So you pull out the plug for the respective indicator, and Mark's just going to unplug it.
Cool. Right.
Okay, and all we're going to do is put this in between the two plugs. It's that simple. That's it, it's done. All we've got to do is tidy up this back bit. So let's go back to the back of the bike and see what it's like when it's fully done. Let's turn it back on again. So now they're both set up, dongle both sides as you've just seen. So let's do left and right indicator. There's the brakes. That's the right indicator with the brake. Okay, sorry, left indicator. Let's apply the brake as well. How much clearer this is. It's great, isn't it? Superb. Actually, it's very important to note there's no error codes on the bike at all. So this is absolutely plug and play. You can't argue with that at all. It's plug and play, no error codes. So what I've done now is I've installed an EasyCam onto the bike so we can run this B6 light down here. We can also put one of my single T3s down here as well if you want that minimalistic look. So now we're going to turn it on. Obviously we've got these as our run lights and our brake lights and indicators, but because we've got the dongle now, the red's going to cancel out, which means that only this side will be a brake light if you're indicating left. So let's put it through its processes so you can see exactly how this works. Right, so just waiting for the EasyCam to fire up. So now we've got this as a run light. Now I haven't programmed this, so this can actually be reduced down to 10, 20, 30%. But the whole idea is we're creating an extra run light for extra visibility. So if we hit the brakes, you'll see how we're a lot brighter. Now, if we indicate left again, so that's left indication with the brake on. Look at that. Look how clear this light is now. It's not lost in the red light like it is on your bike. And the other side? There we go. This is a solution to the problem. Look at that. And hazard lights as well. Hazards with brake. Look at that. It's great. One of the things we're doing here right now is just showing that although this dongle is obviously a game changer and it shows that it improves the whole back end of the bike altogether, they still are nowhere near as bright as the visor lights themselves. So if you want to be brighter and you want to be seen more clearly, then the visor lights are always going to be the better option. But if you want to keep your factory lights as they are, then the dongle's the way to go. I've just literally interrupted the photo shoot just to show you some video footage of all the bikes put together. Now, this bike here has got factory turn signals fitted, but it's got the dongle fitted. So his run light has been reignited, and also the bike on the left, that has got a run light reignited, but that's got visors. So we've got visors, dongle with the stop light, the run light reignited. So I just want to show you, even though this dongle is phenomenal, the visor lights are still brighter. So if you want to be seen even more and be brighter on the road, then I'd really strongly recommend you still go for the full visor lights. So let's do a little demonstration. So on the bike with the factory lights, you can see there, obviously, we've got the red light cancelling, so it's really, really clear, which is excellent. But then if I go and indicate on my bike, to see if I can get them into sync. No, poor attempt, but you can see how much brighter the visor light is than the BMW stock lights. Just to reiterate again, it's a fantastic product, this dongle, but if you want to be brighter, you need to stick with the full set of visors. Okay, so now if I hit the brake, and the brake on this bike, I'm doing this back to front, so I'm confused. Okay, now on my bike in the middle, I haven't reignited my centre light. That's only because I haven't got round to it. But if you look at this bike here, this has got the run light reignited on there. Saying that, this is a 2018 bike, isn't it? So the run light's already on there. 2017 bike. So it's already got an ignited run light on there anyway. So if I hit the brake on this one, there we go. But I think the point is, just to say it again, that the visors are considerably brighter than the stock lights. But if you're that guy and you have to have stock lights on your bike, the dongle is the answer for you. But if you want to be brighter, be seen more on the road, you need to go for the full visor lights. Now, really interesting discovery here. So if you look behind me, got the photographer here taking lots of photographs for the website and stuff. But this was actually a bit of a revelation for myself. Just shows how much brighter the visor lights are over your stock lights. I understand that you want to have the factory lights, and this new dongle is going to be a game changer for us all, because we are going to be a lot clearer at the back. We're not going to have our mates telling us, I didn't know you weren't indicating, Steve. Yeah, we're not going to have that anymore because it makes it clearer. Look at how much brighter the run light is on the visors. So that is just backing the bikes up around about 1.5 feet from the wall, and we've turned the bikes on, and see how much more red light is dispersed across the wall compared to the factory lights. It's a big difference. Now we've put the hazard lights on. Now look at how much light is pushed onto that back wall. That is what the people behind us are seeing when we are using our indicators. Okay, we're all done here. We're all done. So we're just packing up and heading off home. But back to the workshop to give you a full update exactly what we've got to offer you. Right, so we're back, and I've already put the factory turn signals back on the bike. So the rears have been done. I've already shown you in the video exactly how we plug that in, how easy that is. So we're not going to show you on this bike because I wouldn't say it's a rat's nest under the back, but we've got a lot of stuff on there, and it's quite hard to see the turn signal plugs because there's so much stuff under the back of my bike because I've got so much stuff on it. But I'm going to quickly show you the front, how we plug in the dongle on the front. So let me show you that now. So here we are, we've got the front indicators back on the bike, and Tom's just putting them on. So that is the front dongle just there. So what we're going to do, we're going to unplug the plug there. He's already unclipped it, by the way. So it comes out, and then we plug that into the right side. He had the correct side. That's all right, we'll make mistakes, Tom. Plug that into that side there, and then plug that back into the socket on the bike. All right, and then let's do the other side. Okay, let's power the bike up and have a look. So there we are, they're completely off now. So when we go onto the indicator, there we are, and cancel, and indicate the other way, and cancel. So there we are, we've got a set of factory turn signals that are switched off. So no confusion to other drivers out there on the road that I might be indicating. Right, so on the front of the bike, this is what the dongle does. So this is a standard bike before fitting the dongle. Just turn this on, and what you should see, just like you'll see on your 2021 bike onwards, we've got the DRL here on the main front headlight, and then we've got the amber DRLs here as the turn signals. It might confuse car drivers that are there sat at a junction, they take one glance and they think you're indicating because they haven't noticed this one on over here. They pull out, you end up T-boning them. And if I indicate, you will see that change. Obviously the respective side will flash and the other side stays on. So what the dongle does, I'll show you because I've got it on my bike. Oh, and by the way, this customer is sporting the ammo guard with a clear lens. Okay, so here's mine. As you can see, my amber DRLs are not coming on at all. So if I indicate left, it flashes, the other side stays off. If I indicate right, it flashes, cancel, turns off. What we must remember, this is a plug and play dongle. No cutting, no splicing, nothing taken from the battery, no relays, nothing, okay? You just plug it in. Right, so you notice I've now fitted the dongle to my bike. So I've got my right indicator and my left indicator, the dongle has been fitted. The center dongle for this light, I haven't fitted that. And the only reason for that is because I fitted a T3 as a brake light. So if I have a B6 or a T3, me personally, I don't feel like I need to reignite this. If I didn't have a T3 or a B6 on the bike, I would most certainly reignite this so we've got more visibility when we are indicating, and so you can see an extra red light in the middle. So when I brake, this will come on from 0 to nothing. The T3 goes from 10% to about 80% because it's very, very bright anyway. And obviously the indicators, the multifunctions, the red is obviously getting brighter. So there's our brake. Okay, so now let me indicate. Isn't that great? It's so much clearer. Obviously we've got this as our run light, which is great. Like I say, if I didn't have the T3, I would definitely reignite this. So now let's hit the brake. Look, it's so much clearer. The traffic behind us cannot argue the fact that we are indicating. And the next one is the hazards. So when I hit the hazards, when I hit the brake, you'll notice the brake will not come on because these are obviously running as amber. So these will not brake at all, but we do have that as a brake light. And because I've got an extra T3 on there running off the EasyCan, I've got extra braking there as well. The bike on the right has not had the dongle fitted. My bike here on the left has had it fitted, and we're going to put them in sync with each other, or I'll try to, so you can see the difference between the two of them. And if you remember, on my bike I've got a little T3 light down here underneath my registration plate. I'll take it off shortly so you can see the difference, but just want to try and cover it up for the purposes of this video so we can see like for like. So as you can see, the center light is off. Our turn signals, our multifunctional turn signals are on at run light. So now we're going to apply the brake on both of them. As you can see, the center light is coming on brake, and the turn signals are both on very bright red. Now we're going to put left indicator on. And you can see the difference already. Now I'm going to put the brake on with the left indicator. Cancel indication. And there you have it. Now, if you fitted a T3 or a B6 light to your bike, obviously it's programmable, you can do whatever you want with it. I've got mine set at 10% and about 80% for brake. So 10% for a run light, 80% for a brake light, just because I find 100% is just way too bright. So it gives me that extra run light. So if we indicate again, so this time I'm going to indicate right. So as you can see, what happens here, if you can imagine, the red was turning off this side. Obviously it hasn't got the dongle on there. But then we've only got this as a run light. Same here. We've only got this as a run light, but I've added the T3, so we've got this as a run light. Now, if I decided to use the patch harness in the kit to reignite this center light as a run light, well then we don't have to bother fitting an extra T3 or a B6. But I think it's a good idea to either reignite this center light, comes in the kit, or add a T3 light. I like the idea of having something on the back which is a sole brake light because it just makes it obvious. So let's hit the brakes again on both of them. Okay, so what do you think to it? Please, well done for watching all the video. Let me know what you think to this product. I think it's a complete game changer. Actually, one other thing I need to mention, and I know this is going to come out in the comments if I didn't mention it. You can actually go to BMW, you can go to your BMW dealer, or should I say, select BMW dealers will agree to program, reprogram, and resequence your rear lights and your front lights. So if you want to have them turned off, you can. But I've also heard, once you've turned them off, they won't turn them back on again for you. and they'll charge you for the pleasure of turning them off. Now, if you get them resequenced, well then you're going to affect the future value of your bike. I think you are. You're literally removing a factory function, all right? Whereas with this thing, it's a plug and play thing. You can take it off, just unplug it and take it off. And that's an option whether you leave it on your bike when you sell it and you just say to the new owner of your bike, you just unplug these dongles. It just takes it back to factory spec. With the rear, if you ask your dealer and they agree to resequence the rear lights, it doesn't do it like it does on this. What it does is they completely turn off the red light, completely. So as you're going down the road, there's no red light coming out of your rear turn signals, but they reignite your brake light to be a run light. So you really are just like one of the older pre-21 bikes. You've just got a center run light and then the indicators are sitting there doing nothing until you indicate and then they flash amber. So they won't even run as a run light and a brake light. So that's the difference. So like I say, you can go to a dealer and some select dealers will do this for you, but from what I'm hearing, it's probably not a great idea to do that. Anyway, that is certainly something for us to all think about, isn't it? So the good news is we have the stock here. And the other good news is the manufacturer is really quick at getting stuff ready in time. So when our stock levels start dropping, I put an order in, I've got them within the week. The inventory on my website is accurate. If it says it's in stock, it's in stock. If it says available on back order, it's coming in any day now. But watch out for that back order thing, because I don't know how popular this is going to be. I think it's going to be very popular. But the whole back order thing, just because you see something on back order and you go back 2 days later, it's still on back order. You go back a week later and it's still on back order. We've probably had about 50 to 100 of them come through in that time. It's because we find people are still ordering when an item is on back order. So if we've got back orders, let's say of 45 back orders, but we only get 40 delivered, and then our next 40 isn't coming for another 3 or 4 days, but then we sell another 40 in that interim period, well then we can never actually switch the website on to say it's in stock. So if it says back order, please have confidence in me and the company. Just order it, okay? And we'll get it out to you very, very quickly. Meanwhile, stay safe behind bars. Not these bars, these bars. See you in the next video.